this group's been pretty focused on the task at hand, and obviously you don't win 27 games in a row not doing that. So we're excited to be here, but we're also excited to play.
Coach Sanders?
Just like Coach Sanders said, it's good to be back out in California in the BCS playoffs system, the first year of it, and we're excited about it. The fact we get a chance to come out and relax, bring your family out, let them have a chance to go to Disneyland yesterday and do some things. So it's been a fun time out, and now it's time to start getting focused on the game. We just excited and glad to be here.
Yeah, it's the best thing to be here, and actually to play in the Rose Bowl again, and actually playing the actual Rose Bowl game instead of the national championship is a fun experience, and we just like to thank the Rose Bowl people for allowing us to come back, and we're looking forward to the game.
The trip has been exciting, being able to be around your teammates, and everybody has the same focus. Everybody just be able to relax and have some time away from being back home in Tallahassee or being back home or back where you're from. Just be able to experience something new and see the sights around here. And first time going to Disneyland, and being from our Davenport, close to Orlando, go to Disney World all the time. So be able to see the different parks and just be able to bond with your teammates on a different level. So it's just been exciting, and like Coach has said and Jameis said, it's just time to focus and lock it on the football game.
Okay, we'll open up the floor for questions. Please raise your hand, and we will have 2 mic runners on the side of the rooms. We'll start in the back there.
LaneHurtSeminoles.com. Carlos, can you talk a little bit about Oregon's defensive line and what you've seen from them when you start breaking down the film?
They're very athletic, very long guys. Use their hands, play with their feet very well. Take on blocks very well, be able to shed blocks and make plays, keeping containment on the edge. Their nose guard is very active, a very low-centered guy, can play with his hands and stays low to the ground. They're very fast and athletic, just like much of our defensive line. We have guys like Mario, I believe number 96, number 91 is their defensive end. He's very active, makes plays all the time, and every time we turn the film, he's going after the ball and chasing the ball down, and he stays very active. So we're gonna have a challenge ahead of us, but we're gonna step up to that challenge, and we're preparing for it each day.
Stephen Stevenson, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. This is for both coaches. How does having this new playoff change the way you deal with a game like this? It's not really a normal bowl game. Has it altered the way you guys set up your week?
No, I don't think it's changed anything necessarily. It's different having to play 2 games to win the championship as opposed to 1. It's strange when you win 13 games and you've won your conference championship, but you haven't achieved anything nationally yet. And, we've approached each game this year as if it was the biggest game of the season. We'll approach this one as if it's the biggest game because it's the next one. And if we're fortunate enough to win and get on to the final game in Dallas, then that will be the biggest game of the season. But other than changing a little bit around Christmas with my wife and daughters, it hasn't changed a whole lot else in the way we've prepared.
And I agree with Randy. We take it just like it's another game. We don't look at it as being bigger than any other game. But the main thing is just the next game, and we just have to go out and prepare like we've been preparing for each game every week. Is just being the next game.
Jordan Kent, Comcast Sportsnet. Jameis, you've been asked this question a ton, probably won't be the last time, but what can you say about Mariota as a player? And then as a competitor, what does it mean? Is there any added excitement to go head-to-head against a Heisman Trophy winner in this type of game?
Mario or Marcus?
Mario.
Oh, Mariota. I think he's just an amazing guy and an amazing player. And to have the opportunity to just sit on the sideline and actually watch him, personally, will be a great experience for all of us, actually, especially us down there in Tallahassee. Ain't never got a chance to play against him. So, like I always say, I think it's going to be a great battle between the 2 teams, because as me, I don't think we'll be where we at without our team. And it's going to be a great game, and it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get a chance to see a guy as efficient, as talented as he is on the field.
Jake Zivin, KZI, and Eugene. First for Jameis and the coordinators, you guys could chime in as well. Oregon's All-American cornerback Ifo Ekperola is not going to play in this game. Do you want to then test the new starter who's going to be relatively inexperienced early? How do you handle a situation like this in your approach to this game?
Well, I said it a lot of times, and I don't mean to come out as arrogant, but we don't discriminate, honestly. So even if he was on the field, we was going to be looking forward to playing him. You know, so, I mean, it's going to be a football game. You know, things happen in football games, things happen in football practice. But like I said, it's a team thing. You know, it's not just attacking one player or, you know, picking on somebody. You know, we see some matchups, you know, because I believe we got the best wide receiver in the country, and Rashad Green, and the best tight end in Nick O'Leary. And I believe our other guys are pretty good, too. So we don't fear nobody. You know, Richard Sherman wanted to get out there and line up against us. We wouldn't throw away from him either.
Personally, I'm glad we're not playing Richard Sherman. First of all, I hate it for the young man. You know, he was an outstanding football player. You know, injuries are part of the game. It's an unfortunate part of the game, and you hate to see it happen to anyone, period. But especially someone of his stature, what he had achieved to get to this point in the season and have it happen in practice, it's really heartbreaking. But at the same time, him not being there, no question will diminish a little bit of their defense, but it's not like the player they're putting in behind him is not good. You know, Oregon you don't get to a position to play in a game like this without having good players. And they got more than one, you know, so we know whoever comes in will be a good player. You know, that being said, we also believe if we do what we do well, then we'll be fine, you know, because the guys we go against in practice each day are pretty good too. And I'm not saying they're as good as him or better or anything else. I don't mean that. But, you know, it's more about us taking care of our business, our process, than it is necessarily who's on the other side.
Coach Dawsey, do you have anything to add to that?
Hey, it was well said by these two young men. I can't say anything different.
That's the first time I've been called a young man in a long time, too. Appreciate that.
Do we have any additional questions here? Up in the back.
Coach Dawsey, what did you need to see from Travis and Erman early in the season to prove that they could handle extensive reps, and at what point did you feel comfortable in giving those to them?
Consistency, you know, more than anything, and then Jameis getting confidence in them and working with them guys for us the timing, and the main thing is just consistency and confidence. And as the season went on, probably halfway through the season, you start to see them really starting to pick up the system, starting to understand it, and what we was demanding and expecting from them. And we're definitely pleased with how they have progressed throughout the season.
We have a question up front.
For Jameis and the coaches, Vicente Fernandez from Sportsmania's, Oregon's averaging just shy of 25 points a game in the first half. How important is it in this game to get off to a good start in the first half? Yep.
Well, no matter who we playing, it's always good to get into a good start in the first half. You know, that's one thing that we always talk about is starting fast and finishing strong. So it's definitely going to be important because you know, they play fast, you know, and their defense does a good job of keeping the ball in their hands. So it's going to be a great matchup.